I'm Vinnie Cilurzo with the Russian River Brewing Company. I'm here with your craft beer and brewing tip of the week. So now we know what hop creep is and what causes hop creep. I want to talk through several different practices that you can put into play both as an amateur brewer and a professional brewer to hopefully reduce the impact of hop creep on your beers. So the first thing we're going to look at is the dextrin malts, the unfermentable malts. So we're going to look at this kind of from two different vantage points. The first thing is that one thing you can do is actually lower your mash temperature. So if you're traditionally trying to make a beer with a lot of body, you're going to have, and let's assume you're doing a single temperature infusion mash, you're going to do a mash temperature that's probably higher in temperature, closer to 158, 159 Fahrenheit, if you're really trying to get a lot of body and mouthfeel and a lot of residual sugar. Well, the issue with hop creep is that if you have a lot of residual sugar in your beer, that residual sugar are unfermentable long chain sugars. And if you then go and dry hop your beer, you're going to cut those long chain sugars into short sugars, more simple sugars that the yeast that's in your beer with the dry hop can ferment. So one thing you can do is actually lower your mash temperature to make simple sugars, to make drier beer, and to compensate, you probably will want to lower your original gravity so that you still end up at the right alcohol content. Now, you might end up with a drier beer than you originally wanted, but that is just one of the side effects of hop creep. Another thing when we're talking about the malt, and specifically the dextrin malt, is to consider reducing or eliminating all the dextrin malts that you're using in your IPA. So that would be malt like carapils, carafoam, those types of malts that are leaving long chain sugars behind to help boost the mouthfeel. So that's another simple way. So we've cut out almost all of our dextrin malts, the unfermentable sugars from our recipes to aid in having less hop creep. One little trick you can do if you're making beer and you're finding that, I've reduced my hop creep, but I still want to get a little bit higher finishing gravity. One little trick that we've fallen back on, and it's actually an old brewing technique that often gets forgotten, and that's your grist to water ratio. Don't forget that if you thicken up your grist, and you use less water when you're mashing your grain, you're actually going to have a more robust body and a higher residual sugar, and your terminal gravity should finish a little bit higher. And conversely, if you're trying to make a thinner beer, you can actually thin out your mash and cause the beer to be drier. That's something that we've done with our German brew house here, unrelated to hop creep, to try to adjust and optimize the finishing gravity so that we end up at a proper terminal gravity for all of our beers. To learn more about hop creep and dry hopping, go ahead and click the link below.